Hello and welcome to Vedic Vidata. So today we are discussing about seventh, that is Libra Ascendant. We started from number 9, so we just have two ascendants left, Libra Ascendant and Scorpio Ascendants. We started from number 9 because I wanted to start from the Moola Nakshatra, because as per my knowledge, it is the Moola Nakshatra from where your soul starts enriching and it becomes at its highest peak at Jyeshtha, its last nakshatra. So today's topic is about Libra Ascendants, 7th zodiac in first house, Tula Lagna. So let's talk about Libra Ascendants. First of all, Venus, the Lord of Libra, being in the first house Lord, it is definitely going to give you a charismatic personality. Okay. You might do well in the fields of art, cosmetics, literature, dance, music, acting. If your Mercury is well placed, you can do the production of these things, build perfumes. So all these things are tend to give you very good outcome when you have Tula Lagna, that is a Libra Ascendant. Venus, peculiarly in the first house, is going to give you, I won't use the word carelessness, but you won't care about what your surrounding people are doing around you. Okay, so like someone likes to wear a pink trouser and a white shirt, you are okay with that. You don't comment on what surrounding people are doing around you. You are more focused on what you want to do. Okay, so what people are doing around you is less of a hack for you. And similarly, your actions might be different from your surroundings. So you don't judge a Libra Ascendant by where he's surrounded with. Okay, like a Libra Ascendant may have all the friends who might drink, but the Libra Ascendant would not drink. Okay, you can also say a Libra Ascendant might have all saint type people around him, and still he would be doing some robbery or something like that. So the traits of Libra Ascendant is not judged from the surrounding and the people they are with. Okay, so this was the main thing about Libra Ascendant. I'm not saying zodiac or horoscope, say moon is in Libra or is born in Libra, sun is in Libra. I'm saying Libra Ascendant, the first house is Libra. Okay. As we move forward, the second house will be number 8, that is Scorpio. So, आपकी पहचान, the way you are known, is always going to be a distinguishing factor from the society. Okay, it might be your voice, it might be your personality, it might be your dressing sense. Okay, less about your studies and academic backgrounds. Okay, so a Libra Ascendant is not usually known from his academic backgrounds, not usually known from what he studies, what he knows, but rather what he does, and even more than what he is. Okay, by his internal nature or the external qualities, but usually from what he is from beneath, rather than what he has learned, acquired. So acquired traits are not glorified, rather it is glorified about how the person is living the life. Okay, like some people are known for their work, some people are known for the career, some people are known for knowing things, some people are known as scientists, academic people, or even from a skill. Okay, like workers, they are known from their skills. But Libra Ascendants are usually not known from what they are doing in life, rather what they are in life. Okay, there is a different small distinguish between these two things, but if you make a good note, you might understand well. Above, let's go to the third house, and third house is number 9, that is Sagittarius. So your speech would be definitely convincing, I would say. They would have a convincing tone. They would be known as good people who have good skill of convincing. Okay, if Jupiter is debilitated, Jupiter is not nicely placed, people will know that you are convincing them and then try to push you away. If Jupiter is good, you will be very good in convincing and you can take your things and work out from people. But yet, Sagittarius in the third house, having Jupiter Lord over there, is quite of a scenario, because it is the Maran Karak Sthan of Jupiter. So it is likely that you might have some deformity in your belly region, stomach region. You might have a belly which you might be uncomfortable to show the world. You might have some issues related to say digestion or gas problems, something related to your stomach and digestive system. Talking about your core values, it is again depending on where the Jupiter is placed. If Jupiter is placed nicely, your core values will be good and the society will know it. If it is not placed nicely, your core values will not be good. But again, whether or not the society will know about your core values is more upon Sun, the placement of Sun. Okay. Now moving to the fourth house. Fourth house is again number 10, that is Capricorn. Now, Capricorn being in the fourth house and Lord being Saturn, it is giving you kind of a darkness in your family. And this kind of darkness is usually known to you and not to the world. Okay, so there might be some people inside your family who might be disturbing your mental peace, who might be disturbing the harmony of your house. Okay, if Saturn is in retrograde, this thing won't be there. If Saturn is not in retrograde, then this might be an issue for you. Okay, so retrograde Saturn, you are safe. If Saturn is not in retrograde and you are a Libra Ascendant, there might be some or the other person who is trying to fickle in your family matters, and you must always stay away from them. If Saturn is in feminine signs, it might be a lady. If Saturn is in masculine sign, it might be a guy. If Saturn is surrounded by feminine planets, it might be a lady. If Saturn is surrounded by masculine planets, it might be a guy. Okay. But usually if you want to do some remedy about it, then the only remedy is you should have a very good moon or Venus. If your moon is good, it is not placed in the 8th house and surrounded by not surrounded by malefics, then you can strengthen your moon, keep Paul inside your home. If moon is not good, you can again try Venus out there. Okay, for Venus, I would say you should take a bath from rose water every day. And if you don't have ample of rose water, nobody is going to take bath with rose water, but you should put some rose water in your bathing water. Okay, you must say bathing water, bathing water, whatever you want to say. Then moving forward to house number 5. House number 5 is again Aquarius, and over here the Aquarius Saturn is going to give you a bit of difficulties in your children matter, in your social acceptance. Okay, so society would be not easily accepting you as a person you are. Okay, I won't say your core values, I would say rather your mode of action. Society won't accept your mode of action very easily. Okay, so you will have to strive in society until and unless your Saturn is either in retrograde or placed in the 9th house. Okay, until if these two things are not there, then you must face difficulties in making society accept the way you work, your mode of conduct, your mode of operation, your mode of performance, like that. Okay, and you must also see what is there in your 11th house. If some planets which are there in 11th house and giving drishti to the 5th house, then also there might be some disturbances. But there is only one way you have to solve your things, is wait till the age of 34. Okay, if and only if your Navamsha does not have Libra Ascendant. Okay, if you don't have Libra Ascendant in the Navamsha or Saturn in the 5th house, then after the age of 36 years or around 34 years, things would even out for you. Okay, now let's go to number 6. House number 6 is Pisces. Over here, Pisces, again, see, 3rd house was governed by Jupiter. Again, Pisces governed by Jupiter is in the 6th house. So the Jupiter placement is always tough for Libra Ascendants. Okay, so over here, Pisces is definitely going to give you some diseases related to diabetes, or say liver, pancreas, or I would say constipation or diarrhea. So again, the culprit is the digestive system. Okay, the Manipura chakra. If you are a lady, you must also take care of your uterus. Okay, so take care, be hygienic more if you are a Libra Ascendant. If you are not hygienic and you are a Libra Ascendant, make sure that your house and your bathroom is hygienic. If it is not hygienic, you are not hygienic, you are always going to suffer with bacterial infections and fungal infections, or say viruses and certain things like this. Okay, so I would say Libra Ascendants should always be a bit of hygienic. Now moving to the 7th house. 7th house over here is number 1, that is Aries. Now Aries being in the 7th house and Lord being Mars, so it is definitely going to give you some kind of ego clashes between you and your spouse. Now again, exceptions, until and unless Mars is placed in the 8th house, or Mars is itself placed in Parivartan. In these two cases, you might not suffer from these things. Otherwise, you will suffer from some ego clashes in your relationships. Second thing, you must always take care of your total quality while you are speaking with your spouse. You must express your needs clearly about your physical intimacy, what kind of sex you like, what kind of sex you desire from your spouse. Otherwise, it would be a quarreling thing between you both. So, express your inner desires, your inner fantasies out, so that your partner can adjust with it. If you don't discuss, it would definitely be what we say, matter of differences between you two. If there is a drishti of any feminine planet on the 7th house, or any feminine planet is placed in the 7th house in Aries, these troubles might reduce. Okay, so if you want to strengthen your relationships, spouse, partnerships, then look out for which feminine planet is sitting in the 7th house and strengthen it. Or see if any planet is giving drishti on that house. If there is a drishti of any feminine planet on the 7th house, wear that planet in your opposite hand. Okay, or you should wear that planet in your thumb if it is friendlier with Mars. Now moving to the 8th house. Again, 8th house is Taurus. So over here, see, your Lagnesh is same as your 8th lord. When Lagnesh is same as the 8th lord, you must take care of your habits, because it is more likely that you would die because of your habits. Okay, so you need transformation. The 8th house is the house of transformation, and the 1st house, which is your Lagnesh, it is mainly responsible for your habits. Okay, so take care of your habits. Whenever the 1st house lord is same as 8th house lord, so your habits are going to kill you. And what is your chart demanding? Your chart is demanding to change your habits. Okay, so in this case, you have to change your habits in order to live a longer and a better life. And I would say change your preferences of smell. Don't apply too much of perfumes, otherwise you will have some what we say, nasal allergies. Or stay away from cough, sinuses. Clean your sinuses daily. Okay, remove cough, do some hot water gargling. So all I say, maintain your Vishuddha chakra, maintain your sense organs. Okay, and this is going to give you very good and healthy life. And take care of your habits. Now moving to the ninth house. Ninth house is again number 3, that is Mercury. Now Mercury being the Lord in the ninth house is giving you good result. Why? Because see, ninth house is the house of dharma and religion, and Mercury is, even if it is placed over there, or if it is say giving drishti over there. So one thing good about you is you will always get good outcomes of your mantras. Okay, whenever you do any mantra, whenever you do any chanting, whenever you say anything out from your mouth, it is always going to give you results. Okay, so there are many people who would like say that, okay, I chant this mantra every day but I don't get any result. Some people would say, okay, I chant this mantra only few days, but whenever I chant I get fabulous result. Okay, so this is because of how the ninth house is placed. Okay, and what does the ninth house demand? Because religion and dharma is again watched from the ninth house. Okay, so let's say if Mercury is either placed in the ninth house or it is the ninth lord. So what happens is, Mercury is your speech. When you speak, there is Agni. It is written in our Vedas that when you speak, it is your Agni. Okay, when you are chanting a mantra inside your head, it is the Akash Tattva. Okay, if I am thinking about Namah Shivaya, so it is my Akash Tattva sending messages. Okay, but when I am chanting, so my Akash Tattva is turning into Agni from the sparks of my vocal cord, and now the Agni Tattva is going outwards. So whenever you chant, that is the Agni Tattva coming out, and whenever you think about that mantra and do the mantra inside your head, that is your Akash Tattva sending messages. Okay, so what you need to see is, if your Mercury is placed in the ninth house, or say I would say when you would get a good result of chanting, either your Mercury is placed in the ninth house or your Saturn is placed in the ninth house. Why? Because Saturn hears everything from Mercury. Saturn is action. You take action. When you say, you act on the mantra. Okay, so when Mercury is there in the ninth house and Saturn is there in the ninth house, whenever you would chant, you would get fabulous results of any mantra you would chant. Okay, whether it is in the ninth house or related to ninth house or the ninth lord. Now talking about Jupiter, if you chant mantras in your head, if Jupiter is there in the ninth house, or Jupiter is giving drishti, or it is the ninth lord, then you will get more good result by thinking that mantra. You should meditate that mantra inside your head and not speak up. Okay, so like inside your head, you would have to chant Om Namah Shivaya like that for any whatever X number of times, but not from the mouth. Okay, so when Jupiter is there, it is your mind which you have to speak and not from the tongue. When Saturn and Mercury it is there, then you have to chant from the mouth itself. Okay, when Sun it is there, okay, when there is Sun, then you don't have to do chanting, rather you have to do some actions of the deity itself. Okay, so if you want to worship Krishna, then give flowers to Krishna. If you want to worship to Shiva, then give food to the poor people. If you want to worship Hanuman, then I would say give service to people. Okay, so whatever the deity is doing, you have to do the same thing in your life if sun is in the ninth house or it is related to ninth house. Okay, similarly, if moon is in, again moon, if moon is in the ninth house, it is okay that if you are chanting inside your head, okay, you will get fabulous result of head chanting rather than speech chanting. Okay, so I would not discuss, I will make some another video. This will take a lot of time. So talking about the ninth house, over here, as Mercury is there, chanting is going to give you very good result. When would chanting give you no result is when Venus is over there. So whenever Venus is placed in the ninth house, or it is the lord of ninth house, no matter how much chanting you do, you will not get any result until and unless Venus is in retrograde. Okay, or Ketu is there. Okay, or if Venus is there or Ketu is there, you would not get any result of your chanting. And if number 8, that is Scorpio sign, is over there and Mars is highly debilitated or conjoined with planets, okay, because the second lord of Scorpio is Ketu, and if Scorpio is placed in the ninth house and the first lord of Scorpio is either debilitated, the second lord becomes active. So again it becomes Ketu lord sign. Okay, so that's about ninth house. I spoke a lot about ninth house. Let's go to the 10th house. 10th house is again of number 4, that is moon, Cancer. So you would be known in the society for your mental capabilities, your emotional nature and your emotional drive. Okay, so you would be sensitive. It is a good way if you join some social work organization, NGO or something like that. If you open some social work organization, it is also very good. Next thing, it is also your career house. Okay, 10th house is your karma bhava. So talking about your career, if you want to earn money, you can also you can also open some restaurants or food related businesses. You can sell milk. Milk is also very good indicator over here. If and only if moon is not debilitated. Okay, all these things would be favorable to you. If moon is debilitated, I would prefer to not do any of these. Rather, do sun related work. Do some government job. Okay, go into politics. But if moon is good, you must have a very good house over there. Talking about the 11th house will become a Leo. Now, Leo in the 11th house having sun as the lord is very good. Until and unless sun is placed in the 12th house. Sun should not be placed in the 12th house. Okay, otherwise all your labh is going to go into expenditure. Okay, so sun should not be in the 12th house. For Leo, if you want gains, okay, I would say there is only one thing I would say about the 11th house, that go and worship Lord Narayan, the Nar and Narayan avatar of Vishnu, and wake up as the sun rises and pour water to the sun. This is going to directly give you more and more benefits in your life. You don't need to do anything. And one more thing, always do what your father is saying. Until and unless you will do what your father is saying, you will be happier in your life. Okay, just one thing about the 11th house, nothing else, for Libra Ascendants. Now the last but not the least, 12th house. 12th house over here is number 6, again Virgo. Now if Mercury is associated or placed in the 12th house, one thing you should always do is worship Durga. The more you worship Durga, the more moksha you will get. Moksha, I won't describe moksha as something you get when you die. Moksha is something related to your contentment of satisfaction. Okay, not satisfaction, contentment of your. Whenever you are satisfied with what you are getting and ending a cycle, it is a contentment. Okay, so contentment of your desires, satisfaction of your desires, contentment of your needs. Whenever you want these things, worship Durga until and unless Mercury is debilitated. If Mercury is debilitated, worship to Lord Shiva. And if Mercury is not debilitated, I would say take care in business partnerships. If Mercury is debilitated, I would say okay, you can do business partnership but with opposite sex, opposite gender. Okay. And you can also do business in foreign countries or foreign related business if your Mercury is not debilitated. Okay. So this was it. This was about Libra Ascendants, and tomorrow we'll do the last video of this session, that is Scorpio Ascendants. Thank you for joining Vedic Astrology.